Good morning, students. Hope you're all fine. So last class we was discussing about your life process. We have started with life process. I give you 2 sessions. That means autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition is done. So right now we are going to discuss on respiration. So one more process. So first process we have discussed on nutrition. Under that nutrition, we have autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition, how it takes place, we have discussed. Now we are going to discuss about respiration. The process of inhalation and exhalation of air is nothing but called as respiration. Breathing, as you all know, the process which has been taken place in our body, how it actually takes place, the inhalation or exhalation, what has been inhaled and what has been exhaled out. So that process is nothing but called as respiration process. So respiration has been taken place by 2 different types. One is aerobic respiration. So one is aerobic respiration. And one more thing is anaerobic respiration. So what is this aerobic respiration and anaerobic tells you is aerobic respiration with the presence of air. That means with the presence of oxygen it takes place. Anaerobic respiration with the presence of carbon dioxide, absence of oxygen. So aerobic respiration, air is present. That means oxygen is present. A type of respiration takes place in an organism with the presence of oxygen is called as aerobic respiration, where the respiration without the absent, that means without oxygen, if it takes place, is nothing but called as anaerobic respiration, which takes place with the presence of carbon dioxide. So this is nothing but called as aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration, as I told you, respiration is a process of inhalation and exhalation of air. How it takes place by 2 ways, where aerobic respiration with the presence of oxygen, anaerobic respiration with the absence of oxygen. So how exactly the molecules is get differentiated between your aerobic and anaerobic respiration, which takes place in the human body, we are going to discuss. Now how the breakdown of the molecules which takes place in aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration and in the lack of oxygen means there's a flow chart to represent how the aerobic and anaerobic respiration takes place. There's a flow chart representation to be taken place to represent how the respiration process takes place. Flow chart. So the flow chart tells you that is glucose C6H12O6. Glucose molecules is broken down into 3 molecules of carbon. So this, that is C3, and this is nothing but called as pyruvate. Means the carbon, what is the glucose molecule? As we know, in the nutrition process we have discussed, the glucose molecule has been synthesized in your body and that gives you energy. That is what is nutrition we have discussed. So this glucose molecules will break down now during the process of respiration. How does this molecule of glucose break down in the sense? That is what we people have to discuss. Now this glucose molecules breaks down into 3 molecules of carbon, nothing but called as pyruvate, which takes place in cytoplasm. And this breaking down of glucose molecule by the presence of air is nothing but called as glycolysis. Breakdown of glucose molecules during the respiration process is nothing but called as glycolysis. How it is going to, now these 3 molecules of carbon will break down in the presence of oxygen, which takes place in mitochondria. It takes place with the presence of oxygen in mitochondria. If it takes place in our body, that means mitochondria which stores the energy in the form of ATP molecules. So with the presence of oxygen, we leave out what? Carbon dioxide plus water, an enormous quantity of energy. So we get energy to do some sort of work, right? So that is what the breakdown it takes place. Then with the presence of I told, now it is next one is by the absence of oxygen, which takes place in yeast cells, What is the product obtained here is ethanol plus water and energy. Compared to energy here, the energy is less. Compared to aerobic respiration, the energy is less. Now here it is your lack of oxygen. Lack of oxygen in the sense insufficient supply of oxygen. Aerobic, anaerobic, I told you, the presence of, the absence of. Now lack of oxygen in the sense not more and more. It is lack in the sense it is lacking behind. Means insufficient oxygen supply is there, which takes place in your muscle cells. Which takes place in muscle cells, leads to lactic acid and water and energy. Compared to aerobic and anaerobic, the energy is still less and less. Is it clear what I told you? So the flow chart, how the aerobic anaerobic respiration, the process of respiration gets converted into your body. This is what which I have written here. Still more detailedly we have to discuss about respiration. How the breakdown of the glucose molecules takes place in the sense. So the glucose molecules break down into 3 molecules of carbon, nothing but called as pyruvate, which takes place in cytoplasm. First step takes place in cytoplasm. Next step takes place in your mitochondria. With the presence of oxygen in mitochondria, what exactly we leave out? Aerobic respiration. We inhale what? Oxygen. With the presence of carbon, with the presence of oxygen, our glucose molecule is being broken down. So what we are going to leave out? That is carbon dioxide and excess of water, which is being liberated in our body in the form of tears or urine, or it is excreted through sweat. So water, an amount of energy is released. An enormous amount of energy will be there. Now in air, with the absence of oxygen, means when oxygen is not there at that point of time, your body will be producing ethanol, nothing but called as alcohol, C2H5OH, alcohol plus H2O plus energy. Means energy is very less. You will be feeling very tired at that point of time. Next is lack of oxygen, means insufficient supply. Illi oxygen ilve illa, but here lack of oxygen, some insufficient supply of oxygen, which takes place in muscle cells where the lactic acid is produced, and water and energy where the energy is compared to that too, it is very less. And this lactic acid, that means lack of oxygen, leads to muscle cramps. Leads to muscle cramps in the sense, if you are sitting for a longer period of time in the same place, you can see you can't walk. At some point of time, you feel like some numbness in your legs or in your hands, right? So that is nothing but called as, you have that, it leads to muscle cramps. So lack of oxygen, which leads to lactic acid is being produced over there. In that region, lactic acid is produced. So you feel that painness. Once you get relaxed with your hands, like giving some exercises to your body, then you will be in normal condition. That means when the flow of blood is being taken place normally, then it comes to normal position. Okay. So this is what, where the breakdown of glucose molecules which takes place. How now the process of respiration takes place. So that is what we people have to discuss. You people have to practice this flow chart. And in this only you will have the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration, children. By this flow chart, you have 3 questions can be answered. You can write, explain the process of aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration, which takes place with the presence of oxygen, which takes place in mitochondria. The product obtained during that process is carbon dioxide, water and energy, right? Anaerobic respiration, which takes place with the absence of oxygen, takes place in yeast cells. The product obtained will be ethanol, water and energy. And the energy is comparatively less during what happens in your aerobic respiration. So this is what explained. Difference between, if you write aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration, with the presence of oxygen, the absence of oxygen, enormous amount of energy released, energy is comparatively less. And the product obtained here is carbon dioxide and water, and here the product obtained is ethanol and carbon dioxide and water. So this is what the difference where you people can write, and it takes place in mitochondria and this takes place in yeast cells. And what are the example for aerobic respiration? Human beings are very good example for aerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration takes place in yeast cells and worms, earthworms, all that where your anaerobic respiration takes place. So this is what the difference where you can write. Or you may have one more question. Draw a flow chart to tell you how the respiration means breakdown of glucose molecules takes place in the body. So 3 questions can be answered by a simple chart which I told you right now. Is it clear? Yes. So now how does the respiration process takes place is by your respiratory system. The respiration process takes place by your respiratory system. Respiratory system. So respiratory system consists of your nostrils, you have pharynx, then you have rings of cartilage completely made up of cartilage, nothing but calicoid, and you have a huge pipe, nothing but called as your trachea, windpipe. Then it is branched again into a single. Then you have again, it is branched into 2 more branches. And again, this is branched into 2 more branches. Again, here it is 2 more. Again, it is 2 more. Means it keeps on multiplying more and more. And here we have 3 more branches. 3. So towards this side, as I told you, it is left and this is your right side. So towards your left side, we have 2 loops. So here you have 3 loops. See, loops are like this. 3 loops you have right side. And left side you will have only 2 loops it has been. As it has only 2 branches, so 2 loops where it has been taken place. And you have trachea is covered with C-shaped cartilage. And according to your exams, this respiration and nutrition for your reduced portions, for the whole academic, these portions are not there. If you have to go through. If you don't have, no need. Okay. So this is covered with C-shaped cartilages. Then too, the respiratory diagram has not been asked for your examination. So no need to practice the diagram of respiratory system. But alimentary canal diagram, you have to practice. No need to practice your respiratory diagram. So now let me label the parts. And you have a diaphragm. Cover it. So here, it's your pharynx. Pharynx. Then you have calicoid, which is completely made up of cartilage. And this tube is nothing but called as your trachea. Trachea is covered with C-shaped cartilages. C-shape or rings of cartilage. Rings of cartilage. Then you have a single. See, after this trachea, you have 2 branches, nothing but called as bronchi. Then it is branched into different branches, nothing but called as bronchioles. Bronchioles. Then you have lungs. And you have diaphragm. So these are the different parts in your respiratory system. That means we inhale through our nose. That means nostrils. See, this is your nostrils. Nose. It has 2 holes, nothing but called as your nostrils. The air is inhaled, reaches your larynx region. Reaches your larynx, then reaches your pharynx region. First reaches your larynx region, then reaches your pharynx region. As soon as they reaches, it enters inside your trachea. Now, how the process of respiration takes place? You inhale your air as it enters through your nostrils, reaches your larynx and reaches your pharynx region, then enters inside your trachea. You can see trachea is covered with C-shaped cartilages, and that C-shaped cartilages is helpful for collapsation of air. See here, this is your trachea region if you think, and esophagus. See, this is your esophagus. See, this is your trachea, this is your esophagus which has been present. In between this, you have epiglottis. Epiglottis is just like a valve which has been present for opening and closing. So this is your esophagus and you have windpipe which has been present. So this windpipe, that is your trachea, and that trachea will be covered with C-shaped cartilages. Andre, see, this is your trachea, there is a pipe and it is covered with C-shape. C-shape means only front part is covered, not completely it is covered. Not completely it is covered, it is only a circle, C-shape it is covered, only front part it will be covered. So that is C-shaped cartilages to avoid the collapsation of air. Means you can see the entry and exit of the cell, means air is being taken place, right? So during that point of time, the collapsation, it should not get compressed and the collapsation should not be taken place. To avoid the collapsation of air, you have the C-shaped cartilages which has been present. So the air which is entering inside the trachea reaches your bronchi, only a single branch. What exactly you have? A single branch, what you have is bronchi. Then you have a multiple branches, that is nothing but called as bronchioles. This is bronchi and this is bronchioles. Many branches, what it has been, nothing but called as bronchioles. Now at the end of this lungs, at the ends of the walls of your lungs, you can see an air bag which has been present, nothing but called as your alveoli. Nothing but called as your alveoli, air bag which has been present. Means it can't be seen here only, at the end of the walls of your lungs you can see, so I didn't write over there. So at the end, as soon as it reaches your bronchi, then the air enters inside your alveoli. So alveoli is just like a bunch of air bags which has been present for the air purification, a bunch of alveoli which has been present for the purification of air. So what happens here in your alveoli is, there we have, in your alveoli you have a blood vessels which has been present. So inside this blood vessels, what happens is, the process, simple process of diffusion takes place. We know what is diffusion means, the movement of water molecule from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. The entry of the air molecules in your blood vessels from the region of higher concentration means where the oxygen content is more, it enters and the carbon dioxide what is required will come out. So simple process of diffusion takes place in your air bag, nothing but called as alveoli, for the purification of air. So once the purification has been taken place, the blood reaches your heart. That is what we have to discuss in your next class. That means in transportation, I will tell you regarding that. Okay, so once it reaches here, now whatever the oxygen required enters inside your body and the breakdown of the molecules, glucose molecule as I told you. So all that molecule has been broken down and the circulation by the blood vessels, the required quantity of oxygen molecule is circulated to all the parts of your body. Now the unwanted carbon dioxide will be expelled out through your nostrils. So all that carbon dioxide what is not required to your body will be expelled out and the oxygen which has been required will be inhaled. Now how the process which has been taken place, you see as you are sitting now, once if you take in, if you are inhaling, during that inhalation process, you can see that your diaphragm, that means your chest cavity comes front and your diaphragm goes inside. Once your chest cavity comes front, your lungs becomes more spacious. As it becomes more spacious, the air molecules can enter inside. Once they become more spacious, the purification will be more faster. And what happens once you expel out, once you get relaxed stage, at that point of time, your diaphragm gets relaxed, it goes inside and your chest cavity goes inside, your diaphragms will come out and you will be in relaxed stage. So during your exhalation, you can see you inhale, the chest cavity becomes more spacious and the air molecule enter inside. The purification will have enough quantity of time to purify. Once you expel out, that means once the carbon dioxide comes out, your chest cavity will compress and your diaphragm will comes out and the relaxation takes place. So that is what the process of inhalation and exhalation takes place. During inhalation, once you inhale your oxygen, your chest cavity will become more spacious, and once it reaches your nostrils, reaches your pharynx region, enters inside your trachea, and trachea will have C-shaped cartilages to avoid the collapsation of air. As it enters inside your bronchi, and after bronchi, it enters inside your bronchioles. Many branches, what you have is nothing but called as bronchioles, then enters inside your alveoli for purification of air. Once the purification, that means once the oxygen enters inside, you know the glucose molecule starts breaking down and the transport materials takes place in your body. So how the respiration process which has been taken place, I told you. Now, aquatic organism, how the process of respiration takes place in aquatic organisms. See, aquatic organisms breathe faster compared to terrestrial organisms. Why? Because in aquatic organisms, they breathe through their gills and they expel out. Means it is not completely the process of diffusion. It is not so complicated, and they don't have specific organ over there to, means they have specific organ for respiration, that is your gills, but they don't have specific where they have to reach trachea or lungs. All the process of complex thing is not being taken place. Why? Because the oxygen is in dissolved state in water. Oxygen will be in dissolved state in water. So water, H2O you have. So this oxygen molecule is completely in dissolved state in water. So aquatic organism will breathe faster compared to your terrestrial organism. We are not going to inhale only the oxygen. We inhale plenty of gases, but in that which is required as oxygen is required will be taken for the breakdown of the glucose molecules. Okay, but terrestrial organism, that is what terrestrial organism, it is bit complicated, but in aquatic organism it can breathe faster as the process of diffusion is simple process, as the oxygen is in dissolved state in aquatic organisms, so they breathe faster compared to your terrestrial organisms. Okay, as the complex material of transportation has been taken place. So as the purification has been taken place, this blood which is highly rich in oxygen will be supplied to your heart, and that heart is going to pump the oxygenated blood to all the parts of your bodies, and the deoxygenated will again enter inside your lungs, and then again it reaches your pharynx, then reaches your trachea region. Once in trachea, reaches again your bronchus, and again the purification has been taken place. Once the purification has been taken place, it again reaches your heart. Then again there deoxygenated blood enters inside your lungs. So this is how the exchange of material can be taken place, and the exchange of gases can be taken place in the process of your respiration. We have two different types of respiration. One is aerobic respiration, and one more thing is anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration which takes place with the presence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration which takes place with the absence of oxygen. Next is how the breakdown of glucose molecule, as I told you, you have C6 glucose molecules break down into 3 molecules of carbon, nothing but called as pyruvate, which takes place in cytoplasm. And this 3 molecules of carbon will break down now with the presence of oxygen. It gives you, with the presence of oxygen in my body, I'm going to leave out what? Carbon dioxide, and excess of water will be in the form of tears or in the form of sweat or in the form of urine. It is excreted out. So water, an enormous quantity of energy is released. Then in the absence of oxygen, as I told you, which takes place in yeast cells, and which is going to obtain your ethanol and water and energy. Comparability than your aerobic respiration. In anaerobic, energy will be less. And lack of oxygen, which takes place in muscle cells, leads to lactic acid in water and energy, and which leads to muscle cramps. So this is what energy is released, but comparatively in aerobic respiration, other remaining will be less. And next, in respiration, how the process is being taken place, how the inhalation, you inhale through your nostrils, enters inside your larynx, then reaches your pharynx region. Then you have a windpipe. You can see as you touch, you can feel it as you have a vibration while talking. If you're normal, you cannot feel anything, but you have a pipe structure which is being present at the neck region. Your trachea, which is being covered with C shape of cartilages for avoiding collapsation of air. Once it reaches your bronchus, reaches your bronchioles, and finally reaches your alveoli, nothing but called as your air bag for the purification. The structural and functional unit for purification of air in your respiratory system is alveoli. Where the purification has been brought about, then the purified blood, that means enters inside your heart, and the unwanted will enters, means expelled out as air as your carbon dioxide, which is not required. And again, deoxygenation and oxygenation will be taken place in your body, where we have to discuss under your transportation in your next section. So still here means for your FA1 is going to be held on 12th, children. So it starts from 12 and 12, 13, 14. 14th will be, you will have science, and chemistry you will have chemical reaction and equations complete chapter, and biology you will have only life process, I'm going to include only 2 topics. One is nutrition and respiration. So this 2 topic where I'm going to include it for your FA1. Okay. If you get any other video, means if you get transportation also, don't go through. That means you don't, that is not included for your FA1. Included for FA1 is only nutrition. That means in your last class, what I have taught, and respiration, which I have taught right now. So this is what the 2 topics will be included. And one more thing, children, record, as I told you, if you have old records, use your old records. If not, in the sense, no ma'am, we have completed last year records, in the sense, you have to take 2 records, chemistry and biology records. Record works I'll give you in the next class. So as much as possible, complete your classworks and get it for correction. Chemistry, I think it has been sent. Biology, it has been sent. But see to it, which all the questions, I can't mark the question also. You have grown up, you people know that nutrition and respiration, which all the topic is included. Based on that, what questions you have, prepare only for that questions. Ma'am, 32 question is there. We have to prepare for 32 questions. You're stupid or what? So how many questions is included in nutrition and respiration? Only study that topics and that questions. That is enough. Go through your textbook. If not, in the sense, repeat the videos and it will be clear for you. If you have any doubts, we will clarify it in your, when you get it for class for correction, we will clarify it. Thank you, children.